one turn and boy, I got the deck for you. What's up, it's your boy Noble, here with another deck tech. Today we're looking at Sultai Elves, broken and busted. Also commonly called Elfball, and I'm going to show you why. We are using partner commanders today. First, let's look at our boy Thrasios, Triton Hero. For 4, you scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library, and if it's a land card, you put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card. We are going to partner him with his long-lost love, Miara, Thorn of the Glade. Whenever Miara, Thorn of the Glade, or another elf you control dies, you may pay 1 and 1 life. If you do, draw a card. This creates some fantastic card advantage from the command zone. These abilities together are what's going to get us through our deck fast, with an upbeat, fast, aggressive tempo right from turn 1. Our main win con and immediate source of jank is this Intruder Alarm. Creatures do not untap during their controller's untap phases. Whenever any creature comes into play, untap all creatures. Should be pretty obvious how abusable this actually is. You pair it with Presence of God. Enchant creature. Enchanting creature has tap to create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Every creature will untap. You will go infinite, making creatures 1/1 elves non-stop. Overrun time, right? Wait, there's more. Imperious Perfect. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. For 1 green mana, you can tap, put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token onto the battlefield. This too will go infinite, of course, providing you can find the 1 green mana somewhere else. So, how do we facilitate this? Many different ways. The obvious approach would be tutors, but I feel they are a little less potent in this deck, only because of the sheer value from Thrasios and Miara. So, just play your dorks and try to use up all available mana all the time. With Intruder Alarm and the other various built-in untap abilities in the deck, we can use these nerds to pump Thrasios' ability as much and as often as possible, with potential for big turns and big plays by continuously untapping and activating Thrasios' ability. And because of that, Flash and other haste abilities can become extremely powerful. And you will see why it's called Elfball. Once it starts rolling, every turn, it progressively gets worse and worse. Okay, alternate win cons and support methods. We have Aristocrats, +1 counters, and tremendous life gain. Poison Tip Archer, Reach, Death Touch. Whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. We find a similar ability in this enchantment, Elder Fang Venom. Some utility, it gives your elves, attacking elves you have Death Touch. Whenever an elf you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Skemfar Avenger. Whenever another non-token elf or berserker you control dies, you draw a card and lose a life. Prowess of the Fair. Whenever another non-token elf is put into the graveyard from play, you may put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token into play. This card reminds me of Bridge from Below in a way, and it serves to replace any elves that we decide to chuck with another body. We're not losing anything, only gains. Skemfar Shadow Sage. Is a very unique ability where each opponent loses X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. Alright, let's talk about sack outlets for a moment. First we rock Jared, Golgari Lichlord. His main ability we care about is for 1 green, 1 black, and 1 colorless, you can sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. This can get exploited very fast. And next we have Prime Speaker Vanifar and Birthing Pod, who each have the same pod ability essentially. Although there is no pod line for a direct win in this build, it can be added very easily. Just look up Sultai pod combo. We use them more of a toolbox in here to find either that mana dork or that elf that we need, whatever we need at the moment. Okay, let's talk about our second sub-theme, 1/1 counters. This mechanic's not totally prevalent, but it can win you the game. We're using Death's Presence, Zamek Guildmage, and Azuri Claw of Progress. Each one is essentially its own independent engine, but we use them in conjunction here to allow us maybe the potential to go wide if needed. We'll also use Immaculate Magistrate and Orin Reef the Vastwood to provide counters on demand. Left unchecked, these could help provide an alternate line to our second win con and our backup Simic Ascendancy. Well-Wisher. Tap. You gain 1 life for each elf in play. This card gets you the most potential to gain life, and in conjunction with some of the untap abilities to use on every other turn, it can get out of hand very quickly. Risk the Exiled and Dwinin Guiltleaf Dane. 2 utility creatures that reward us with life gain when they attack. Risk also comes with the bonus Sacrifice outlet, which can be used in conjunction with our aristocrats. For a few honorable mentions, let's talk about Seedborn Muse. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step. This can be found in other spells like Vitalize or Quest for Renewal. You can see how extremely potent this is to the Elfball aesthetic. Wolverine Riders. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. And whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. The tempo and value that this guy gives you and the amount of bodies is very hard for opponents to stay up with. He almost necessitates drawing their removal. Elvish Warmaster. Whenever 1 or more other elves enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Although this ability only triggers once a turn. His second ability is 5 and 2 green. Elves you control get +2/+2 and gain death touch until end of turn. This is our overrun route. This is how we overrun through elves. Now you could run Craterhoof or Azuri also, but for a 2-drop elf, this guy really gets it done. Tyvar is an all-star here. Tyvar Kell and Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. Well, Tyvar Kell allows our elves to tap for 1 black that turns every elf into a mana dork. Very hard to beat that. His emblem isn't so bad either. Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. Thank you, GG. Good game. And his neg ability, which can be used immediately, also allows a chance to return an essential Priest of Titania. Showing up on EDH Rec with a mere 113 decks. Ranked 1484 overall. I believe these guys are seriously underestimated, and I am shocked they are not used more often. Thank you for checking out my Sultai Elf shell. This deck is interchangeable among commanders, but I've yet to find more significant draw potential. This list is designed as a solid 7 with plenty of room to upgrade. Decklist and link to our Discord are below. Join us for a game anytime. If you think I forgot something, let me know in the comments. GG.